Welcome to the Crafty Mini. This is a bit of a Q&A video, channel update in between the seasons. Thank you everyone who did submit the questions on the community hub or privately. And here we go.
How long does one take to make?
Right, well a video can take 2-3 hours to edit, and not including the actual painting time, things like that. And actually making the creatures anywhere up to 3 hours each, depending.
What's your favourite project so far?
Right, so I've actually got two. Purely for painting, it was the texture goblin, and I want to do a few more busts in the future, in between like the main story for the actual seasons. Favourite miniature to make, Sally was a good learning experience, because I've never used clay before, but I'd have to say probably the Peppa Pig.
Favourite horror film? And I know this one, Crafty, but go on.
When there's one that stands out above all the rest, and that's got to be John Carpenter's The Thing. For like pure body horror, cosmic horror, just disgusting, twisted creatures. It's absolutely fantastic, and a must watch for anyone who's into horror. Other stuff, I kind of like things like the Babadook, which is one that was introduced to me by a friend. That was really good. It's quite cerebral, and the monster's always sort of in the background. It doesn't get revealed much, it plays on you a bit more. That was fun.
How long have you been painting for?
Now this question was asked by multiple people. Pretty much since I was about the age of 9 or 10 I picked up my first paintbrush, and it was the original Hero Quest or Space Crusade maybe, some of my uncle's games, and never turned back since then. I've always enjoyed it. I go more for the creating things these days, but I do enjoy just painting a miniature for the fun of it.
Bleeding skeletons is what you're telling me. Right, what inspired you to start?
Right, well I've always been into art, whether it be drawing, normal painting, things like that. So for me, I suppose it was like a natural progression, because I enjoyed playing war games, miniature games, D&D, things like that. So just from there really, and the idea that you can customise your own miniature, paint it any way you want. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of mistakes have been made through the years, but it's fun. I recommend it to anyone really. Give it a go, because I think you'd surprise yourself on how much fun you can actually have.
Would you make a starter kit for people to buy?
I mean, that is a tough one, because I suppose if the channel ever got to the dizzying heights that I can merchandise stuff and things, then maybe. But what I might do actually is do a video and point things out to people, especially newcomers, things to look out for and things to get hold of. Because obviously a lot of the paints and the materials and things I've built up over the years, through trial and error, a lot of stuff I've bought and I've never bloody needed. But I'll do a video on that actually, that's a good idea. Thank you.
Will we be able to name one of your creations?
Honestly not something I've actually given much thought to, but I suppose it'd be a good way to get the community involved, because that's something I'd like to do in the future actually, is to build the community, and get people doing challenges together, because there's nothing better than I love when I'm sitting down with my mates and we're all getting the paints out and we're just chatting crap to each other and creating things and bouncing off each other. So it'd be kind of good to do like maybe a community thing, and we'll come up with like a monster or a creature or something and then name it.
Do you sell the things you make?
I do a commission paint service, so that's something people get in contact with me and I'll paint up their armies and things for tournaments, or just individual models for presents. That's something I've always done in my spare time, just because I enjoy painting, and normally a customer will come up with something that you've never seen. So that is something I do in my spare time. I suppose if I want to shield myself a little bit now, just hit me up, DM me on the email address and ask me if there's anything you're interested in.
Now a few people have asked this one, Crafty. What inspires you?
I've always been into the macabre, the scary. I absolutely love horror films. Halloween's my favourite time of year, so I usually get inspiration from things like that. Also, when you're out and about, you might just see something and you're like, oh, that's a good idea. I always carry a notepad just to jot the ideas down, called the ideas book, because there's random stuff in there, little sketches and things.
How long did Sally, well that's me, take to make? Our favourite character, by the way?
After the initial drawing I made, I think it to physically make her out of the clay and everything, I think that took about 2 hours, and then another hour or so to paint her. It was quite an interesting project, that, because I'd never done anything like that before. First time I'd ever worked with clay. Learned a lot, made a lot of mistakes, which is always good, because it's the best way to learn. Just try something for the first time. But definitely one of my favourites.
Is it only monsters you've made, or have you done cute and fluffy things?
I mean, is Sally not cute and fluffy? I don't know. No, I tend to stick with the monsters just because I find it more interesting. Maybe I should try something a bit different, actually. Go out my comfort zone a bit and do something a bit more cartoony. Which is sort of what we're doing with season 2, which you'll see later on. But yeah, maybe I should try a fluffy thing. I think my only worry is that I'll always turn it into something weird, like Peppa Pig.
Will you be doing giveaways on the channel? You better not be giving me away.
No, I won't give you away, Sally. Unfortunately, you're now part of my subconscious. Yeah, it's something I'd like to do, actually. Maybe, like, if you get to a point we have a big community and we do like a community challenge, and then we vote on who made the best model or what paint job or whatever it might be, or something with the coolest idea, and then I'll physically go and give it away, give mine away to them. Yeah, it'd be a good idea, that.
Are there others who inspire you?
So, simply yes. I do want to do a video on other YouTubers that inspire me, because there are some that I religiously watch and I think they're really good and give out great content and ideas. There's also a particular pair of people which they're going to get their own video in this filler part between seasons. I'm making something for them as a big thank you. You probably know who you are if you're watching this, because you got me to actually start the channel. So yeah, it's definitely something we're going to be looking at later on. Not to name names just yet.
Will you be doing more on random minis not linked to the story?
Yeah, definitely. So there's miniatures I'll occasionally look up on, like, on various websites for 3D prints and things, or even like mainline miniatures that I'll just want to paint. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing more of those. There's also a couple of miniatures that I've done in the past that I actually want to repaint, because over the years my paint skill has improved. So it's something I want to go back and redo.
Why Peppa Pig?
Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a weird one. Kids TV now, I find really strange. I know, obviously I'm an adult, but the cartoons I had as a kid were way cooler. Thundercats, Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters. Stuff like that, Mighty Max. Peppa Pig just seems weird, and it's also cool to twist and change something that's perceived as quite nice.
Any films or books you would recommend for intro into the world of horror?
Right, so I've already mentioned John Carpenter's The Thing. Also his film, In the Mouth of Madness, They Live. Books-wise, H.P. Lovecraft's a massive influence. I absolutely love his stuff. He's the father, the creator of cosmic horror. Edgar Allan Poe, a bit of a strange choice. Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, an old Channel 4 TV show that's really good. The Alien films, an absolute must-watch. Apart from anything after Alien 3, of course. You've got The Void, Colour Out of Space. That's a newer film that's really good. But yeah, I think we'll show more of that. I'll do a video on this, actually, a dedicated video, and I'll physically show the things that I've got.
What's the plan for the channel?
Right, so originally it was to basically just get down everything that I've done, so I've got a record of it, and if people want to watch, great. But no, I'd like to build a community with this, maybe do some events, some giveaways, things like that. And after season 1, which was very slapdash and everything was released quicker, I've got an idea now of what I want to do schedule wise for season 2 and how I want things to actually work and edit. Season 1 was very much me finding sort of the way I want to make things and how I want to present them as well. So that's something I've nailed down now with the end of season 1, and just keep going from there. More of you guys in the community, get you involved where I can. If you've ever got an idea, just chuck it up for me, because I'll always answer a comment, and we can start creating stuff together.
Speaking of bloody witch, Crafty, you have made me a healing tank. Much obliged. Lovely. I can sit in here now and survive until you get me a new body. By the way, I've got my own questions, so could you, yeah, that book there. Open it, it's in... Oh no, it's not in front of book, is it? That's where all your pictures are. In the back of book. Back of book, go on. Can you answer those questions? I've thought about them. Go on, you know you want to. I'll do your cup of tea. Go on.
Right, I know you're the comedic partner in this, but these questions are just daft. Like, I've got no footage to put behind it. What am I supposed to do? Huh?
3 things in nature you like.
Bloody no. Right. I do like magpies. They are my favourite bird. I love watching things about the ocean and the sea, although I'd never go in it because I'm far too scared. And does outer space count? I love stargazing and just looking up at the unknown. I suppose that's my 3.
Right, well, you mentioned old H.P. Lovecraft, so what is your favourite Lovecraft story?
My personal favourite is The Mountains of Madness, because the twist is just horrifying. But I also Dunwich Horror and Shadow of Innsmouth as well, both good. All 3, highly recommend.
Right, so what are we going to be doing in season 2? Because, you know, I'm in this healing tank, you've got to make me a new body, we all know that, and there was a little bit of a sneak peek with those random pictures, so what are we going to be doing, Crafty? Spoilers ahead!
Alright then, I suppose we couldn't we? They've had to sit through all these questions. Right, so coming up now is some sneak peeks into season 2 and the things we're going to be making. You should be able to guess where this is going. In the meantime though, we will still be uploading videos, me and Sally. We're going to be tutorials, some of the crafting things, some weird little things that I've seen in charity shops that I've bought and we're going to convert, things like that. But until then, we'll see you in season 2.
Season 2, Eldritch Boogaloo.
Thank you all very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTubey stuff, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, bye bye.